Forgatonka Owashi. What I say to you in my native tongue is, you are lucky today. Indian man, normally not long-winded, like your preacher. When my great-grandfather went to see the white official in Washington, yes, with the Forgatonk, he said, you've witnessed our wars, you've witnessed our progress, all the things that the white man can do. Where do you think we went wrong? And my grandfather thought a minute, and he said, when the white man come to our country, there was plenty of buffalo, plenty of beaver, clean water, no taxes, no debt. Medicine man was free. Indian women work hard all day, making teepee, clothes, gathering firewood and water and cooking. Indian man hunt all day, fish all day, spend all night under the buffalo rug. Only white man dumb enough to think he can improve on a system like that. But I want to tell you about my ancestors, the Cheyenne dog soldiers. They provoked fear in the enemy. When our grandfathers went to Medicine Lodge to sign the peace treaty, 600 Cheyenne dog soldiers followed because they didn't trust the white man. They thought it would be a trap. And 600 painted ponies were on the horizon, Cheyenne dog soldiers in full regalia, and it all went well. See, to become a Cheyenne dog soldier, do it. Yep. Every Cheyenne dog soldier has a dog stick, and when the enemy would come, he would put his dog stick in the ground and he would tie himself. And he was signifying, I remember my line, I just get, Indians don't cry. No, they're tough. So, he would signify, you can bring the battle here, but this is where it stops. Come at me, bring it. I am not afraid. This is where I draw the line, and this is where it stops. I am not afraid to die. I will fight for my family, for my village. And to become a Cheyenne dog soldier, it had to be passed down from grandfather to father, from father to father. And they learned it in practical ways. When the enemy that would come to our village to kill, steal, and destroy, my father would run out. Every father outside his lodge, and he would stand his ground. He would stake, and the enemy knew we weren't afraid. Well, then our oldest son, he would run out between the family's horses, because that's how we got to the summer hunting grounds or the winter warm grounds. And then the youngest son, he would stay at the teepee and stand his ground before his mother and his sister. Hold on 1 second. Go. No, I can't use them today. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I got a steed. I can stick that up my nose. Me no scared. Me no scared. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, little white white woman, we meet later. Dear Lord, help me. Okay.
You got it.
I can tell this is a house of joy. I need this house of joy in my TV. But don't do that. A little later, David's mighty men of valor exhibited this strength, this fearless courage. And there was only one other man in history that allowed himself to be staked to a tree, that was staked to the ground. And he stood his ground between a relentless enemy that has come to kill, steal, and destroy you. But he stood his ground. He let all the sins of this world, all the infractions, the indebtedness that was put on your and my account, he took it on his shoulders. They didn't take his life from him. No, he says, I give it myself. And he took all of our sin to the depth of hell and he deposited it there. That's when he said, Father, now it's finished. And he set the captives free. And when he arose, the greatest thing in history happened. He gave you and I his spirit. The very spirit of the living God, he says, I will give to my people. The red man believed in a great white spirit. But if that's not the spirit of Jesus, it's the wrong spirit. It doesn't matter what color he is. It just needs to be Jesus' spirit. Because God our Father told us, the red man, he told you, the white man, the black man, the brown man, every man. He says, if you believe in my Jesus, you're my child of God. Amen. And I will pull you home no matter what. Often war is a family affair. Nehemiah, when he was building the wall around Jerusalem, there were gaps in the walls. So listen to what I'm saying. He took family units and placed them in the gap of the wall. And when the husband or the father was working, the wife stood her ground watching his back and holding his spear and his bow and his arrow. The men, when they worked, they held their materials in one hand and their weapon in the other. They showed undaunted, fearless courage in the face of their enemy. Nehemiah said, when the enemy comes, we'll blow the trumpet, and wherever you hear the trumpet, come to them. Converge on that family. Family helping family. Fathers helping fathers. But they stayed together and they held their ground. When you avoid the battle you were born for, you'll face a battle you're not prepared for.
Amen.
In this society today, there are many single white mothers. Maybe because a man didn't hold his ground and stand his ground. But I'm speaking not only to men, warriors, but God is looking for women warriors with the spirit of Deborah that will stand her ground and put her stake there for her children. Many of us are gray in the hair, and we're called as grandparents to stand our ground for our children and our grandchildren. And just like the Cheyenne dog soldiers, we will set an example Show them, and not preach to them, just show them what it is to be a man of God with the Spirit of God inside. Who could take that for granted? Who could take all the Spirit of God filled up and not use that? There's a battle raging over our families' hearts. So let's raise up children. The Father said that before Jesus would come back, he would pour out his Spirit on all mankind, young and old, men and women, children, the free and those who are slaves. He was going to pour out, and he has, and he is pouring out his Spirit, and he's looking for men and women who will stand their ground like Jesus did for us. So, do you trust me to speak over you? You're not afraid? Come here just a minute. Do you trust me to speak over you and not be afraid? No, me running there. I don't know who Papa is. They call me Walking Eagle because I'm so full of, you know what, I can't fly. So you're the oldest son, isn't that true? What I want to give to you is a bear claw. Because a bear represents strength and power. And nothing's afraid of a bear. They might look small when they're down on all fours, but when they stand tall, everything's afraid of them. Not because they're a raging lunatic, but because of their bravery. And so, you need a large. Okay. Oh, that hurts? Okay. Oh, that's too small? Well, listen, they all come in this size, so you're... Yeah. Okay, now, I'm not going to hurt you, okay? But as you grow older, I'm going to tell you something here in a second when I'm not distracted with the knot. I'll untie. Can you untie it?
Yeah.
Okay. If not, I will, and I'll tie it on to you. I got it now, man. I got it now. Just turn around for me, okay? I'm sorry, everyone. Hey, you got that good. No, I haven't tied it yet. But then I'm going to hold your hand, I promise. Not yet? Okay. All right. The bear only signifies strength and courage. But what I have, I'm going to give to you. Because the Spirit of God was made to impart unto others. And what I have, I give to you. And as you grow older, the world will pull you away. The world will tempt you. But this bear claw will remind you of who lives inside and the strength that he offers you. an indescribable strength. And God says he will give us his spirit without limit. So that's what I'm giving. A spirit of God without limit. Okay? All right. I love you all three. Africa has elephants with ivory, very precious, costly ivory. Alaska has walrus with tusks of ivory. In America, we have elk, and they have an ivory bugle teeth. And the elk is a beautiful, magnificent animal that is so intelligent. They survive from the plains to the high mountains, and they're just majestic. And I want to give you an elk bugle teeth because you're just 15. I can tell you're 15 years old. And it must be about 10:55. When the temptations, when the enemy comes to kill and destroy you, I speak a double portion of his spirit over you to protect you and keep you beautiful and innocent and majestic. Okay? Hey. Yep. I see Ben, ukulele, white man instruments up here. So
We just
little.
don't have all the microphones and stuff for him, but that's okay.
But little white man's here to. Little white woman's here to.
Yes, they both are.
Okay. So I'll explain. You know, your pastor came to the airport to pick me up, and he was late, and so I met a Muslim man at the bar. We were talking, and his skin was like mine, and I said, my people used to be many, but now we are few. And he said, our people used to be few, but now they are many. And I saw Wes Walton coming, and he said, yes, Allah wants us to take over the world. And Wes said, well, that's because we ain't played Cowboy and Muslim yet. Someday I'm going to be a rock star preacher. Okay. No, I'm looking for the little white women who play and sing. Yes. I run out of Indian stories.
That's kind of a tough act to follow.
Oh, no, it's easy.
You know, they say you should never perform after kids and cats and Indians.
I don't think he's, I might have smoked a piece, but I don't know.